Hey guys, welcome back to another video of prompt engineering course, where in this video we'll be discussing about ask before answer prompting. So before we jump right into it, let me just demonstrate this lab to you guys real quickly. We'll be using prompts to get output from ChatGPT in more clear way for better understanding, and also we will be applying prompt engineering techniques to improve our output as always. So before moving further, let me just brief you a little bit about what is basically ask before answer prompting is. So ask before answer prompting is basically a technique to guide ChatGPT to ask for clarification before giving any answer, and this also helps to ensure that the model's answers are as accurate and specific as possible. So this is actually a very useful technique in which you first prompt ChatGPT to ask you questions before giving any answer. So let's just say if you want any clarification on any case or any situation, so first of all you'll tell ChatGPT to ask some question on that topic from us, so that it should be more clear to ChatGPT before giving any output. So the ChatGPT will ask us questions. So this will actually result in a very efficient and a very good output as compared to the very initial one that the ChatGPT gives us as always. So this is what basically the ask before answer prompting is. So as always, we do have a prompt formula for this type of prompting as well. Don't worry guys if you are bothered with the length of this formula. It's really easy. These are just some lines, that are written by me for the better performance of ChatGPT. So first of all, you're gonna say you are an expert in the field of whatever industry you wanna question about, or whatever industry you want ChatGPT to answer for you. Then you're gonna say, I'm gonna ask you some specific task to complete, but before you answer, I want you to do the following. If you have any question about my task or uncertainty about delivering the best answer possible, always ask the bullet points possible for clarification before generating your answer. Is that understood? So yeah, that is actually some edited prompt by me. You can simply type your question and ask him to answer before that for better output. But this is actually a way better solution in my case. If you're gonna try this, you will get as accurate output as possible. So yeah, after that ChatGPT will agree to you and it will say, okay, so whatever your question is gonna ask you answers first, and then you're gonna say, great, my question is blah blah blah, whatever your question will be, and you're gonna give ChatGPT the task and you're gonna say, please ask any question so that I can improve my prompt before you completing your task. Okay, so if we dive deeper to that, it's really simple. So basically, first of all, you're gonna say, ChatGPT, you are an expert in the field of whatever your field is. Then you're gonna say, I'm gonna give you a task, I'm gonna give you a specific task, you have to answer that for me, but before you answer, you have to ask questions about that task so that I can get my output more efficient and more better. So that is basically whole ask before answer prompting is. And yeah, this will be the example that we'll be doing. We will be putting industry as a food industry, and we'll ask the question to ChatGPT that how can I drive more sale from a food business, and the task you're gonna give it at the end, you will say, how can I use ChatGPT to maximize my productivity? All right, so let's just dive right into our ChatGPT. That way it will be very better for you guys to understand. All right, so here I have ChatGPT open with me right now. So first of all, I'm just gonna type in my first prompt, which was in our formula. I'm gonna say the exact same thing that was written in the formula. You're expert in the field of industry. I'm going to ask you some specific tasks to complete, but before you answer, I want you to do the following, and this is what I'm gonna prompt here for the first time. And for the industry, as it was written in our example, we'll be selecting food industry for today, and the rest will gonna be the same. And let's just now hit enter and see what output is gonna give it to us. Alright, so yeah, as you guys can see, it just agreed to our condition. It said, yes, I understand. If I have any question or uncertainties about your task, I will ask for clarification using bullet point before you answer. So yeah, that is why I was telling you guys that this formula is very efficient and very accurate. So if you guys are gonna type this one and enter, so it will always agree to your situation or statement. So now we'll go ahead and put our second prompt, which was in our formula. So we're gonna allocate ChatGPT a task, and we also gonna ask him a question as well. Okay, so we'll say, great, my question is, let's type in our question here. We're gonna say, how can I use ChatGPT to maximize my productivity? And it said, please ask any questions you have so that I can improve my prompt before you complete your task. So now as soon as I will hit enter, it's gonna ask me the questions right away. So I'm gonna answer all of them one by one, and after that it will give me a better and efficient output that will be very easy for me to put my information in and get the better result out of it. So yeah, as you guys can see, it just asks, could you please provide more information about your food business? What type of food do you offer? Do you have any physical location and online presence? Then it's asked, what market strategies have you already employed for your food business? Are there any specific challenges or obstacles you are currently facing in terms of driving sales? How do you currently engage with your customer? Do you have any existing channels for communication or customer feedback? And the fifth question is asked is, are there any unique aspects of competitive advantage of your food business that we should consider while discussing strategies? So yeah, you can basically go on and on with that. So now if you want to simply answer it for the first time, you're gonna simply answer, it's gonna give you the output. But if you want ChatGPT to ask more and more questions to get like more deeper inside of that to get the best output possible, so yeah, obviously you can use this formula as many times as you want. But for today, I'm just gonna do it for once. So I'm gonna answer first question. We'll simply say our food business is, it's a restaurant. And we're gonna answer the second question, which was marketing strategies. We're just gonna answer it like we don't have any current marketing strategies. Yeah, so third question, let's just answer it like we are facing very less amount of customers. So that is basically our one concern that I want to tell ChatGPT about. And the fourth question I'm gonna answer is as, yeah, we do have social media channels. And the last question that it asked was, are there any unique aspects or competitive advantages of your food business that we should consider while discussing strategies? So let's just answer it by saying, no, I don't see any advantages. And let's just now enter all this information and just see what kind of output or advice or something ChatGPT will give it to us. Okay, yes, so as you guys can see, those are actually very engaging and very useful strategies that ChatGPT has finalized it and give us a very good output of that. So yeah, in short, based on only those two formulas or two prompts, so you can see how well you can use ChatGPT to give you complete final output that will basically relate accurately to your condition. It will first ask you like, what problems do you have? After explaining all problems to ChatGPT in the form of question that is going to ask from our first part of the formula. So you can see how well it explains to us and how well it gives us strategies in order to keep our business or any other task or industry you want to put in. It will give you very good strategies for that. All right, yeah, so that will be it for this lecture. I hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you in the next one.